Welcome back, folks. Today we're diving into the top 10 dark secrets of Donald Trump that you probably didn't know about. Donald Trump, business mogul, reality TV star, and former president. But behind the spotlight lies a world of hidden secrets. We're talking about the kind of stuff that would make your eyebrows climb so high they'd need their own passport. Let's get into it. Number 1. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Trump's relationship with Russia has been the subject of intense scrutiny since day one. We're talking allegations of shady business deals, undisclosed loans, and maybe even a P-tape or two. Remember that Trump Tower meeting? You know, the one where his son-in-law, and campaign manager met with a Kremlin-linked lawyer promising dirt on Hillary Clinton? That's not exactly how innocent people behave. And let's not forget the numerous connections between Trump's campaign and Russian individuals with ties to intelligence agencies. It's enough to make you wonder, what exactly are they hiding? Number 2. Now let's talk about taxes, except when it comes to Trump, it's less about paying them and more about, well, allegedly avoiding them. We're talking years of potential tax evasion, questionable deductions, and financial records that would make even the most seasoned accountant break out in a cold sweat. For a man who claims to be a billionaire, Trump sure seems to have a hard time convincing the IRS that he's worth all that money. He's fought tooth and nail to keep his tax returns under wraps. And when some of those returns were evaluated, they revealed a man who paid less in federal income tax some years than your average barista. Number 3. This secret isn't for the faint of heart. We're diving into the numerous allegations of sexual misconduct that have been leveled against Donald Trump. Over the years, multiple women have come forward with accusations ranging from unwanted touching to assault. These are serious allegations, and they paint a disturbing picture of a man who allegedly used his power and influence to prey on women. Trump, of course, has denied all of these allegations, but the sheer number of accusers and the consistency of their stories is deeply troubling. Number 4. The art of the bankruptcy. Trump loves to tout his business acumen, but a closer look at his record reveals a string of failures. From casinos to airlines to stakes, Trump has managed to bankrupt businesses in industries he claimed to know like the back of his hand. Now, I'm no business expert, but I'm pretty sure declaring bankruptcy 6 times isn't exactly a sign of financial genius. It's more like a sign that maybe, just maybe, you're not as good at this whole business thing as you claim to be. Number 5. Pardons and patronage. One of the perks of being the President of the United States is the power to pardon people. It's a tradition usually reserved for cases of injustice or to offer a second chance. But in the hands of Donald Trump, the pardon power became a tool for rewarding loyalty, settling scores, and even potentially obstructing justice. We're talking about pardons for political allies like Roger Stone and Michael Flynn, men who were convicted of serious crimes and posed a threat to the very fabric of our democracy. Number 6. A family affair. Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy resulted in the separation of thousands of families at the US-Mexico border. Children were ripped from their parents' arms, detained in cages, and left to fend for themselves in a system ill-equipped to care for them. The images of crying children separated from their families and held in overcrowded detention centers shocked the conscience of the nation and the world. This wasn't just bad policy. It was a moral abomination. Number 7. Charlottesville, a defining moment. In August 2017, white supremacists descended upon Charlottesville, Virginia, for a rally that turned deadly. In the aftermath of the violence, Trump infamously claimed there were very fine people on both sides, a statement that was widely condemned as a tacit endorsement of racism and bigotry. For a man who campaigned on a platform of law and order, Trump seemed remarkably reluctant to condemn the actions of white supremacists. His response to Charlottesville was a defining moment of his presidency, revealing his true colors and his willingness to pander to the most extreme elements of his base. Number 8, the war on the environment. From rolling back regulations on air and water pollution to pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement, the Trump administration waged a relentless assault on the environment. Trump's environmental policies were driven by a toxic combination of greed and ignorance. He seemed to view environmental regulations as an impediment to economic growth, rather than a necessary safeguard against the very real threat of climate change. His actions will have lasting consequences for our planet and future generations. Number 9. The mismanagement of a pandemic. Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic was a masterclass in incompetence and negligence. From downplaying the severity of the virus to promoting unproven treatments, Trump's actions cost lives and exacerbated the crisis. Remember when he suggested injecting bleach as a potential cure for COVID-19? Or when he refused to wear a mask, even as the virus raged across the country? His response to the pandemic was a dangerous mix of misinformation, denial, and outright quackery. Number 10, the big lie. After losing the 2020 election, Trump embarked on a campaign to overturn the results, spreading baseless claims of widespread voter fraud. His lies culminated in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, a dark day for American democracy. Trump's refusal to accept the results of a free and fair election was a direct assault on the very foundations of our democracy. His actions showed a blatant disregard for the rule of law and a willingness to hold on to power by any means necessary. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 dark secrets of Donald Trump. What do you think? Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most controversial figures.